He didn't start it. He baited him. Wack 100 discusses Kendrick Lamar's popularity without dissing Drake. Kendrick Lamar has undoubtedly established himself as one of the greatest rappers in history. With his profound lyrics and knack for sparking debate, Kendrick has managed to stay relevant and keep the conversation around him alive. His verse on Control in 2013 showcased his willingness to provoke reactions in the rap industry. Now, in 2024, Kendrick is enjoying the success of his grand national tour, which kicked off with an impressive opening show that grossed over $9 million, setting a record for the highest-grossing hip-hop concert. By the way, welcome to Celebrity Rap Den, where rap and celebrity drama never sleep. So hit that subscribe button so you never miss the mess. Let's get into it. Given this success, a pressing question has emerged in the rap community. Would Kendrick Lamar have reached this level of fame without dissing Drake? On the May 6th episode of the Raw Talk podcast, Wack 100, a well-known West Coast music executive and manager, was asked by host Bradley Martin about this issue. Martin inquired whether Kendrick would have achieved his current status without initiating the infamous feud with Drake. Wack's response was straightforward. Kendrick didn't start the conflict. He lured Drake into it. Wack elaborated on his viewpoint, asserting that Kendrick was not the one who initiated the back and forth. He argued that Kendrick's strategic maneuvering was intentional, aimed at establishing his position in the rap scene. Wack suggested that Kendrick's choice to bait Drake was not about igniting a pointless rivalry, but rather about carving out his place among the elite, including Drake, J. Cole, and Future, who were considered the big three in rap at that time. Kendrick's actions were calculated. He had a purpose behind his moves. When he released his 12-track album featuring underground Los Angeles artists, it outperformed Drake's 22-track album in streaming numbers. Wack's viewpoint is straightforward. More songs typically lead to more streams, making it a numbers game. Kendrick's succinct yet powerful album resonated more deeply with listeners compared to Drake's longer, more commercial project, which made a significant impact. However, let's take a step back and examine Wack's underlying message. Kendrick Lamar is no stranger to controversy. From his Control verse, where he famously called out several prominent figures in hip-hop, including Drake, to his more recent jabs, Kendrick has always had a talent for capturing attention. But was it merely a publicity stunt? Wack doesn't believe so. In his view, Kendrick didn't create an enemy in Drake. He simply pushed him into a challenging position. The concept of baiting in rap isn't a new phenomenon. For years, artists have employed clever wordplay and strategic insults to boost their standing in the industry. This tactic has proven effective for many legendary figures, and Kendrick Lamar is no different. According to Wack 100, Kendrick's shade toward Drake wasn't random. He was playing a strategic game. By calling out Drake, Kendrick wasn't just questioning the norm. He was putting Drake in a position where he had to react, and when Drake did, he was essentially playing into Kendrick's strategy. Wack's perspective portrays Kendrick as a shrewd tactician in hip-hop. His disses were not personal attacks, but rather calculated moves designed to assert his presence and demand attention. This approach worked well. Kendrick's choice to blend his underground roots with a distinctive sound in the mainstream directly challenged the dominance of artists like Drake, J. Cole, and Future, and it was a well-thought-out strategy that paid off. However, the consequences of this decision are significant. Wack highlighted Kendrick's remarkable success following his bold actions. As previously noted, Kendrick's grand national tour has been a tremendous success, breaking records and positioning him for even greater achievements. His opening show alone grossed over $9 million, securing his place among the highest-grossing hip-hop performances ever. This figure clearly demonstrates that Kendrick's music resonates with a wide audience, solidifying his status as an icon beyond just being a rapper. What stands out in Wack's analysis is his view of Kendrick's diss toward Drake as a deliberate tactic. Kendrick didn't simply decide to create a diss track out of nowhere. He didn't even initiate the conflict. Instead, he skillfully provoked Drake into responding, and when that happened, it drew global attention. Kendrick's audacity elevated his career to new heights, compelling the rap industry to recognize him in a significant way. Wack also explored the broader implications of Kendrick's ascent. He sees Kendrick's journey as one of resilience and strategic thinking. It highlights the importance of understanding the bigger picture in the music industry, particularly in hip-hop, where success isn't solely based on talent. Kendrick didn't just depend on his lyrical skills to advance. He leveraged his ability to provoke, bait, and challenge the top artists in the field. In doing so, he created a unique space for himself in the industry. Kendrick Lamar's career has largely revolved around challenging conventions and exceeding expectations. From his first album to his latest works, he has consistently expanded the limits of hip-hop. While some critics may view his diss towards Drake as merely a tactic for attention, Wack's viewpoint indicates that Kendrick was strategizing for the long haul. He wasn't looking to create conflict for its own sake. Rather, he made a deliberate move to enhance his own status and artistry, and it proved effective. As Kendrick begins his grand national tour, it's evident that his popularity has soared to new heights, exemplified by the record-breaking success of his opening show. Beyond the impressive figures, Kendrick has established himself as one of the greatest in the industry. His ability to stay relevant year after year highlights his artistic vision and his foresight for the future of hip-hop. This raises an intriguing question. Would Kendrick be in his current position if he hadn't dissed Drake? Could his career have achieved the same level of success without the added spar from that well-known rap feud? Wack 100 believes that Kendrick didn't need to instigate the conflict. He simply needed to provoke Drake into it. When Drake responded, it created a cultural moment that Kendrick could use to propel himself to greater heights. Ultimately, Kendrick's success transcends the disses, feuds, or controversies. It centers on his music. Time and again, Kendrick Lamar has demonstrated that he is a formidable presence in the rap scene. His influence on hip-hop is undeniable, and his ascent to the top reflects his resilience and ability to challenge the norm. As Kendrick continues to make an impact on his grand national tour, one thing is clear. His legacy in hip-hop is firmly established. Whether he initiated the conflict with Drake is beside the point. What truly matters is that Kendrick Lamar has created an empire on his own terms. As long as he continues to push the limits of what hip-hop can achieve, there's no telling how far he might go. I'd love to hear your thoughts on this situation. Whether he initiated the conflict with Drake is beside the point. What truly matters is that Kendrick Lamar has created an empire on his own terms. As long as he continues to push the limits of what hip-hop can achieve, there's no telling how far he might go. I'd love to hear your thoughts on this situation, so please share your opinions in the comments. Also, don't forget to like, subscribe, and turn on notifications to stay updated on this story.